Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel here. I'm so sorry I haven't made a video in a couple days due to a family emergency. I know it sounds really crazy, but my grandmother fell. She's 85 and she fell in the kitchen yesterday by stepping on the cat. So if that is wondering why, if you guys are wondering why I haven't posted a video, that is why. I've had a family emergency since then, so I haven't been really able to do much but be at the hospital by her side. So I thought in this video I would probably update you guys on what's going on. So here we go. This is going to be probably the quick and short video that I'll ever do, and it's probably going to be the only serious video I will probably ever do, unless another family emergency comes up in the future. Anyways, yesterday I was helping my mother clean, and I wasn't going to do a video the other day because I had a lot to do with my mother. So anyways, besides that, I just got done, helping her with the yard, and I came back around to come back inside and found my grandmother on the floor screaming my mother's name. So I had a mini panic attack and kind of freaked out. She was on the floor and one of her legs was straight and she couldn't move it at all. So, and by the way, she's 85. Like, really, 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 really getting to the point where we can't do a lot. She can't hear at all. And, that's just how things are. But anyways, I found her on the floor. I bolted outside. Yelled at my mother to come bolt up the hill, and ended up we ended up having to call an ambulance and a stretcher because we couldn't get her off the floor. As soon as she tried getting up, we immediately knew she had broken something. We didn't know what. So we called the ambulance, got in the car as they took her out of the house, destroyed the house trying to get the stretcher up the hill and into our house, and had to move furniture to get the stretcher in. They got her there. We sat there from probably about, I'd say, 6 in the evening, or probably around 5 or 6 in the evening, and we didn't get home that night till 12 o'clock the next day almost. And that's incredible. The ER is a really long place, and I hate going to the ER, which I've had to go a couple times myself. But I can't really do anything else about it. With anything, she ended up having an x-ray done on her leg. Also, she has a busted elbow. So, and I'll tell you what happened here in a minute. But anyways, she ended up breaking her right hip, and she had fracturing it. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, we had a lady tell us this. I didn't know this either. But anyways, fracturing and breaking are the same thing. It just, one of them sounds different than the other. They're both a break. So anytime you fracture anything, you still broke a bone. I didn't know that. Neither did my mother. So that's kind of something that was new to us. But anyways, she ended up breaking her right hip. And thank God her surgeon that normally does injections in her knee for knee and arthritis, and I think rheumatoid arthritis, I think. Anyways, she gets injections in her knee by a French doctor that lives here in the U.S. And she ended up, when they did the x-ray and came back and told us that she had broken her hip, they said that thankfully her doctor is on call the next day. So that does her knee. So he ended up being able to do the surgery the next day and fix her hip. So now they just basically took that bone out, took that hip out, and put it in, replaced with a metal hip replacement until then. And today she went through surgery and she came out fine. And I'm sorry I'm making this a day late. It's kind of because I haven't been around enough to do anything. Literally, I've been helping my mom get everything back into place, cleaning the house and trying to get things back in order. since my grandmother's been in the hospital for the past day and a half to 2 days. And also, she's not going to be back home for a long time. I think it's probably going to be at least a week or two before recovery. But they are going to make her walk within the first 24 hours after the surgery because they want her to get moving, because if you don't, it'll cause blood clots. Which everybody knows, if you don't move a lot, you need to keep going. You need to be able to walk. So, and she had no problems walking before this. I'm just clarifying. She had probably used a cane outside of the house, and that was it for stability. And anywhere from inside the house, she never used it because she could hang on to stuff that was not rolling or anything that could endanger her. Anyways, what ended up happening was the actual how she fell is the cat got underneath her, and she stepped on the cat. And when she tried to move off the cat, she twisted and fell straight. She had non-slip shoes, so they didn't turn with her. They ended up twisting her and ended up going, I think she ended up trying to brace herself with her elbow, which is why there's a gash on her elbow. She ended up trying to brace herself with her elbow. And this is, she slid and fell on, or she didn't slid, she just fell on actual linoleum hardwood floor. So that's going to hurt. And we also have a little medium island in the middle of the kitchen, and that rolls. So when she fell and tried catching herself on that, instead of it holding her, it rolled and it just slid her entire elbow open, and ended up landing straight on the floor and straight on her hip and cracking it, and ended up scooting herself enough to the point where she could get up and sit up to the degree that she could. And then that's when I found her. But apparently the non-slip shoes that she was wearing in the kitchen ended up not turning with her as she was tripping over the cat, and ended up falling straight on her hip. That's lovely. And for me to be the one to find her, oh boy, that was terrifying. So that's just what's been going on lately, is if you guys had wanted to wonder. I have had a family emergency. So I am so sorry for the videos and the delay in videos. I will try to post again, but I'm probably not going to post for almost a couple weeks. Just simply because I have to be able to be here to help my grandmother walk again. Because it is literally me, my grandmother, and my mama. That's all I live with. So, and my mother is the one who works. So I'm the only one at home. So I have to be there for her. So I apologize if you're not going to be able to see a video any coming time soon. And I'll probably get to the videos probably near the back of the end of the month, and the end of this month. So, it just really depends on her speedy recovery and how she recovers. But so far so good. She went through surgery this morning. She had no complications at all. She came through, and when I came back up to the room, she was fast asleep on anesthetics. So she was knocked out most of the day today. Because, oh my God, I feel so bad for my own grandmother, because, dear God, being under anesthetic, she was in shock yesterday. I don't think she recognized or recalled what had happened. I think she was just in so much shock that she just couldn't recall much. Because she actually had to sit there in a moment and actually had to think about what just happened and why did she just fall. Because after a few minutes, she's like, oh, I remember I tripped over the cat. So that's unfortunate, but she is okay. She's 100% stable. Surgery's been done already, and she's on the road to recovery. So I am so glad the dangerous part is over. And that's why I have had just enough time to get on here and make this video. So there's your video for the day. I hope you enjoy it. And I love you guys. And I hope to see you guys soon again. I love you. Bye. Yay!